like a matter of it's not even a matter of like, you know, the damage. It's that Campbell's chicken noodle gimp ability. Just grabbed him at 0 like 3 times in that set and killed him every time, but it's looking like we're done with that. We're going to move on to Airswimmer here, frequent Zelda player of the Xeno brackets, to say the least, and now he's out here to prove to you what he can do here at DNA. Going up against Ryoko.
It's Sensei.
Oh, that is Sensei?
Yeah,
I thought his tag I thought it said Ryoku before on the thing. I thought it was a different player. Well, whatever. Now Sensei out here, former 15th in the great state of New Jersey. Hasn't been ranked in a while, but I think he's definitely more than capable of doing it if he try-harded again, you know. But he's out here, he's still out here practicing these Wi-Fi tournaments, man. And now, out against low-key, potentially one of Wi-Fi's better characters. There's some debate to that, but some people feel like Zelda definitely goes up. Some people, Airswimmer included, very much disagree with that sentiment. They feel like a lot of, you know, options are a lot harder for Zelda to punish on a when there's an extra 5 to 6 frames of input delay. But that's a debate for another time. We're here on Smashville, a stage that I feel can be, depending on, oh geez, a lot of damage combined with the Phantom Knight right there. Depending on how this matchup is played, I feel like as that up air takes the stock, I feel like it can be a pretty good stage for both of these combatants here. I feel like depending on how Zelda plays, depending on how campy or, you know, not campy any particular Zelda is, can choose to either overwhelm you on a stage like this if they decide to go the aggressive route, because Phantom Knight takes up, as you're about to see, literally half of the level right there.
Goes
like some
right
other stages. Yeah, some other stages she doesn't really do that.
Wow.
Now you're fighting Snake, who's like a set play character, you know, who just likes to really close off space and make it so you have a hard time traversing the level. Really makes you play like sort of his neutral, like an offensive lineman. When you're on a smaller stage against Snake, that's pretty rough, because now you have even less spaces to be able to go. So the question is, which one of these two players is going to really be able to take advantage of the fact that there's so much less space on a stage like Smashville compared to most of the other current legal stage list stages?
Well, I know for a fact that Sensei loves this stage, as Snake and in general. He, as you saw, like during the first, what is it, man, like 2 minutes of this match, Sensei's been playing this top platform remarkably well, dropping grenades and C4 on it, blowing it up, and forcing Airswimmer into just sitting on ledge and throwing out Phantom and things like Blitz Fire. While he has Airswimmer in the corner, he can then take up the rest of the stage and utilize it, but we've seen remarkable patience coming out from Swimmer, just using out his feeling perfectly content into fully charging the Knight and letting that be his blocker, his offensive lineman, letting him take stage and push forward whenever he saw fit. And it's working remarkably well as of thus far.
As that forward smash is going to catch the stock right there. Sensei is trying his hardest on that platform, like you said, to really create a no-fly zone. But the question is, does Zelda prefer to travel by train? I feel like low-key she's a much more, or can play a much more grounded game, especially with the Phantom Knight if she chooses to do so. The thing is, though, Smashville is such a small stage that she can't really camp as, I feel like theoretically she can't really camp as hard on it, if you would, because there's just, you know, so much less space for Snake to be able to make up, especially, you know, considering the fact that he's a character with an invincible dash attack, which I would imagine would be pretty huge for a matchup like this. Not seeing Sensei utilize it too much, but either way, just as I say that, he's going to land his second one in a row right there with that one, 73% on Airswimmer already, but it's not going to matter unless Sensei is going to be able to close out this stock, and right now, he's already lapped in percent, once again flying off the top right there, so Airswimmer creating a no-fly zone where Sensei was creating his no-fly zone originally, and now look at how much he is down. He needs to find some way to be able to close out this stock right now, but then neutral is reset again, and then what comes out when neutral is reset against the Zelda? That Phantom Knight, my friend.
And you keep calling it Phantom Knight, and I just think, like, I'm a huge Yu-Gi-Oh nerd, so, like, it's a Phantom Knights are an archetype. And it's like, man, that's such a cool archetype. I wish it wasn't tied to such a, like, I wish it wasn't abused to the point that it was, and we could still think it's cool.
Hey, I mean, it's pretty much one of, if not Zelda's best moves. Yeah. You know, it pretty much makes her break her as a character. I mean, Zelda was just about as not able to tech right there off the grenade off the ledge. Yeah, that was really close as she was hanging by the ledge right there. Zelda, of course, though, I mean, despite all the buff that she received, you know, I mean, Zelda had, you know, this move back in Smash 4, but I mean, she couldn't cancel it, and basically she was stuck utilizing it. So she was just pretty much stuck, you know, not being able to move whenever she decided to do into Phantom Knight, which really did not give it that much utilization. Now, with the fact that you can cancel it and, you know, let it go whenever you want to instead, just buffed it out the wazoo, easily made it one of her best moves, as you can see her utilizing it a lot. Trying to end it all right there is Airswimmer using the up B to make his way to the other side of the stage, which low-key, huge, actually not even low-key at this point, huge hitbox on that move, huge killing one as well. So if he's able to land that second hit, that will spell all she wrote for this first game for Sensei. Question is, will he be able to do that? Instead, tries to go for the Knight forward smash setup, just putting out all sorts of wonky hitboxes by the ledge right there. Sensei, though, with the patience of a saint. Rolling in that time, though, not going to do it. He was very patient by the ledge when he had to be. You know, Airswimmer put out the Phantom Knight. He went back for the, you know, the fade back forward smash, you know, that one that shifts her hurt box back. Easy peasy. He just waited until all those hitboxes were gone, put himself up, utilized the, what am I trying to say here? Utilized the ledge and vulnerability of neutral, get up at just the right time to be able to make it around. And then he just caught him rolling in. You know, and eventually you're just going to be able to get caught with those things. I mean, it's how a lot of Zelda players play, you know. They want to put out hitboxes where you're going to be, rather than, you know, where they necessarily want you to be. You know, it depends on how they play, but, you know.
If I remember right, he caught a couple roll-ins through the game, Sensei choosing his consistent way of getting through Phantom and trying to be aggressive was to roll through and then dash attack or pull grenade of some kind, but Zelda's multi-hit hitbox combined with the absolute range of that forward smash makes catching rolls one of the easiest things a Zelda can do.
Dude, I can tell you a thing or two. I can tell you a thing or two about fade back forward smashes.
Yeah, I'm aware.
They're pretty broken.
They're pretty wild.
Yeah, they're pretty good. And here we are on Unova. And I gotta ask you, Ubel, so why do you think Sensei decided to go here for the second game?
You cannot see the C4.
That was like the last thing that was on my mind, but you're probably right.
I don't think C4 hits like some characters on this platform if you're small enough. It will hit Zelda because she's got some height on her. But the combined fact of the angles at the bottom potentially messing up teleport, though not as much as some Zelda players would make you like to believe. The fact that the angle of the camera hits lower here, so you can't always tell what the C4 is on platforms or on stage. And the closer in side hitboxes, testing to the power, allowing for the power of Snake's F tilt to really come into play. A lot of those things really can make it a really good Snake stage.
That makes sense, as well as these little red markings that are on the stage as well that can potentially trip somebody up.
Yeah, and Sensei is conveniently using the red and black skin.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't think he did that on purpose. I think he just uses this one, you know, like anyway. But I have played against a lot of players who do actually change their, what do you call it? They do change their outfit to match the general layout of the stage sometimes, just in the hopes that it'll trip up their opponent. Ooh, not gonna do it out of the shield though. He's not able to parry the get-up attack to get that up tilt out in time. Instead, get-up attack safe on hard shield right there is actually gonna push Snake far back enough to the point where he's not gonna have enough time to be able to get that up tilt out. Crazy enough, and now he's able to get that one, and Snake and Sensei going up for the first one right there here on Unova.
Yeah, and Sensei's really just, he's playing a very aerial mobility kind of Snake at the moment. We're trying to avoid the ground as much as possible, letting Zelda use the teleport and the Din's Fire and the Knight. But whenever he takes Knight out like that, which is much more easier to do thanks to the varying amount of explosives that were constantly on the field, dropping it will get him those openings to drop in and start to punish Zelda with Snake's largely superior frame data in the tilts and put up so much damage.
It depends on how close you get, you know, it's a matter of just spacing against a character like Zelda. I mean, Snake being the set play / zoner type character that he is, mostly set play for sure, he's got a lot of good projectiles just to be able to sort of keep on that food fight going on with Zelda. You know, Zelda's definitely a food fight character in that a lot of the time she would want to hang back and throw her items out until she actually has the opportunity to get closer to you. Whereas Snake, you know, Snake doesn't have to approach a character like Zelda. Why would he? You know, when you have like all these projectiles to hang back and actually fight her from afar, especially when you're the one in the lead and you have to make her approach, which definitely makes a hard time for a Zelda player for sure. You know, Zelda, you know, ironically enough, despite all these tools, defensive tools that she has, not exactly the best character at approaching in some situations. Is right here. You got Sensei already almost lapping Airswimmer in percent. And it's fortunate for him that he's got all these projectiles just to be able to negate, and even catching that up B right there into the up tilt, and now he's up 2 stocks. And just as I say that, the Phantom Knight coming in clutch for his woman, coming out there, knighting for her.
Big.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge hitbox, but definitely a huge hitbox. But I mean, it's just one of Zelda's best moves, my friend. But the thing is, in a matchup like this, especially now that you have Sensei up a stock, you can just hang back, chuck these items and everything. When you're not that kind of character, when you're more of a brawler archetype, or archetype, however, I actually don't even know how to pronounce that word. Funny enough. Oh my God! I wasn't paying attention. I didn't even realize that was on him.
Oh yeah,
I thought I was paying attention. I thought I was paying good enough attention. Evidently, I wasn't. Look at that. My goodness, when did he put that on him?
She ran up and either landed or like upbeat into him and shielded. Sensei stuck her, and once he caught the up smash, he knew it was
right
like,
there.
It was, yeah.
Okay.
Right
okay, nice. Nice, and Airswimmer tried to negate that at the beginning as best as he could. Tried to negate that whole situation with the Naryu's love, but he just couldn't get it out in time, unfortunately, which the intangibility on that, I believe frame 5 comes out. Not the actual hitbox, but I believe the intangibility comes out way earlier than that, which is why some people definitely struggle to punish that move a little bit if they're not experienced in the Zelda matchup. And there you go, man. Sensei just taking advantage of a slightly bigger, and not even really that much, but slightly bigger stage like Unova, but still a small one that he was able to congest her. So many other characters, when they're like brawler-type characters or whatever, who don't really have many, if any, projectiles, dealing with a character like Zelda, so much harder, because there's some matchups, there's some characters that I feel personally have to camp against Zelda. Like, I feel like if you mash against Zelda, she's just going to eat you alive. She's going to negate you with Naryu's love. She's going to combo break you with lightning kick, and then when you're off the level, or even if you're on the level, she's going to space you out and stuff you out with a giant hitbox of Phantom Knight. Snake here, he's not only a heavy, so he's going to be living that stuff longer. He doesn't have to fight Zelda if he doesn't want to. Bam, 21%, run away the whole match if you want to. Not saying Sensei's necessarily going to, but I'm just saying, he's the kind of guy who can really just tuck these items out and, pretty much keep his distance against Zelda and try to negate her when she actually gets up close to the best of his ability. The point is, he doesn't have to do that. Now he might have to actually find a way to force his approach, because he's down a lot, especially off the level here, especially since we're back on Smashville as well, as this is a stage that I know for a fact that Airswimmer likes as well, as that up B out of shield does not take the stock. It's a stage that I know for a fact that he likes as well. He actually did counterpick, I think he did play it against me yesterday at Xeno. I don't remember what the stages we played on. Might have been PS2, and I think the first round might have actually been Smashville. It was Smashville, now that I think about it. So I know he likes this stage. I think he likes having a smaller space to just crank out these giant hitboxes and pretty much make no way for you to run. But, it's... I saw Ace Attorney in the chat. All he's got to do is repeat that round 1, because I feel like in that first round, he just utilized the small space a lot better than Sensei did. So the question is, how did Sensei adapt?
Like that. What Sensei started doing towards the latter half of that stock, after hitting 132, was just kind of setting himself up for a big punish. Like, he knew, okay, Airswimmer's going to keep throwing out this giant hitbox, and it's going to be there as he's stuck, by the way. But a great Naryu's love, calling out the up smash, rather, and taking that stock immediately. He's still stuck.
I thought he lightning kicked.
No, he dropped down Naryu's love and reflected the mortar.
I didn't see the Naryu's love come out. Did I blink?
Maybe. I'm pretty sure.
Chris, if you could later on, I would very much appreciate that.
I did not get the replay, so...
I hate you so much.
We're sad.
I'm paying attention now. I was uploading.
Starting now.
Starting now.
Starting.
No, I just finished a VOD upload, so that's why.
Man, I just run the stream, man. All right. Oh God!
Oh
he got the read, but he just wasn't able to get that up tilt out in time. Second time? Oh no! Actually, backdooring him off instead. Oh God! But that move is so silly, man. The Nikita coming in clutch, getting the explosion off of the stage. The explosion, a big enough hitbox to actually go through the corner of the stage right there to launch Airswimmer towards the right side of the level. And now he's stuck at 188% against the Snake Man. How is he gonna fight his way back?
Officially dead to a grab.
Wow, that was actually really clever. Or grenade. He had that grenade basically in roll distance the entire time. That was actually really well played.
Yeah, that was beautiful, man. I mean, it's all about that coverage. Naryu's love combo breaker to be able to get out of that. Airswimmer is going to need some sort of miracle to bring this back, or just a lightning kick or two. If Sensei actually, if Sensei, you know, like messes up and Airswimmer is actually able to break his zone a few times right here, I imagine that Airswimmer will definitely be able to take this stock up close with a lightning kick, but potentially with a few more Phantom Knights. I love the forward smash right there, trying to catch a roll in, as so many players would have done right there to get around the Knight, but unfortunately for Airswimmer, Sensei was just a little too smart for that at this stage in the game. Up tilt? Oh, no up tilt out of shield that time. He knew he had the grenade on deck, didn't want to put something out, and no, that's
the worst.
Sucks. That sucks. There you go. Down goes Airswimmer.
Some of these
air dodging to his death.
Really solid sets have just ended in such unfortunate ways.
Yeah, it's always anticlimactic. You know, whenever somebody air dodges for their final stock in a set, it's unfortunate. I mean, he was down by a lot. You know, just tried so hard to find his way around. And let's take a look at this again. He just threw that one back. Hung back, tosses another one lightly, just covers the space beautifully. And then the huge hitboxes of those grenades, it's not going to matter. That Naryu's love, Airswimmer just did not time it right, unfortunately for him. He just... It's just good on Sensei as well, to say the least, as, you know, this unfortunate air dodge here. He definitely did not mean to air dodge in that direction.
Yeah.
He was just trying to air dodge right towards the ledge, but he just was a little too low for it.